Hello everybody, this is Chrigel from the band Eluveitie and you're watching Metal Blast.
What it's like to talk at night, more than defenseless. Emotions and the racist call from the purity that's meditate.
No, not really, to be honest. I mean, it's true what you're saying. I mean, it's like by far our most successful album so far, but I mean, maybe if you look at the band from outside, all right. Is this bothering you? Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you look at the band from outside, probably, you know, sometimes it seems okay now they have kind of a breakthrough or, you know, stuff like that. But if you look at things from the viewpoint of the band itself, you don't perceive it that way. We just started, 10 years ago, and we just took step by step. We've been working to move forward as a band and to grow as a band. And yeah, it's like every album, every show, everything just has been like one little step, So
since we talked about how it has been so well received by the critics, how much attention do you pay to the reviews?
Well, maybe I have to give you two answers here. But on one hand, or if I can find the time, I read some of them. I mean, of course, it's not possible to read everything.
Could you give me a second? I'm sorry. Could you do this somewhere else for a second?
When I find the time, of course, we all read some of them, of course, but and it's always interesting, to see what people think of it. So in that sense, yeah, I do care about reviews or critics or whatever. But at the other hand, it's just, for us, it's just something, yeah, it's nice to know, but after all, we don't care too much, about what anyone says. Because we just want to play our music, we want to play it the way we like it, and it doesn't really matter to us what anybody says. I mean, it doesn't, whoever, be it like a magazine, be it a record company or a manager, whatever, we don't care what anybody says, because personally, I believe the day you kind of start adjusting your creativity or your art, whatever it is, to the opinions of other people, that's probably the day you actually should stop doing it. So,
because for instance, Anna mentioned that you knew from the very beginning that Rose for Epona was going to be your first video, apparently. So what made you decide that? Did it sound, I mean, I love the song, don't get me wrong on this, but did it sound more commercial, more
No, it was our decision. Because before the album has been released, there were like 3 songs we showed to everybody, and we just wanted to pick 3 songs that kind of showed the whole spectrum of the album. So the very first song that has been released, even though only with a lyric video, not with a real video clip, but with a lyric video, has been Meet the Enemy, which is like one of the harsher songs. And then the second one was Rose for Epona, with a video clip. And then there was, shortly before the release, there was another video clip for the song Havoc, where we tried something new out, Yeah, we just wanted to choose 3 songs that show like the whole spectrum of the album. So that's why.
Eluveitie, despite adopting a more serious approach towards music and a more, more melodic music than bands that are more party bands such as Chrigel Glanzmann or even Nailstorm, you're usually grouped with these bands, like usually grouped with a pagan metal or folk metal. Do you find that this is a blessing or a curse?
We don't care too much, to be honest. I mean, we don't look at ourselves as a folk metal band or whatever. Well, we just don't care what our music is called. But I mean, we don't group with that kind of bands. It's basically, usually it's concert promoters that just put that kind of bands together. but I mean, it doesn't matter to us. I mean, we're playing with Sabaton, which is something completely different, and yeah, we don't really. I mean, we don't like that kind of party folk metal thing. Personally, I hate it, and I just don't like happy music. In my opinion, music is something earnest, or it's a matter of taste, of course. But I personally like it when it's earnest and stuff. But so yeah, I don't really like that music, but I mean, it doesn't matter to us. I mean, we know many of that kind of pagan or whatever it is metal bands. Personally, we're good friends with Chrigel Glanzmann and stuff, so I like the people a lot. But yeah, musically, it's just not my thing. But I mean, it doesn't matter. You can still play together with them. It's why would you care about that?
Once I talked with Hedy Johnson, the guitar player and singer of Tyr, and he mentioned one of the reasons why perhaps this type of music is picking up is because people fear that maybe their costumes and their history and their heritage is being lost. Do you think that is one of the reasons why maybe Eluveitie picks up here so much here in Europe?
I wouldn't know. Yes and no, maybe. I mean, it's you mentioned Central Europe. I mean, for example, it's pretty much the same in Latin America or in Northern America. It's not different there. But I think it rather has to do with a general, how do you say, development within society, because I think over the last maybe 10-20 years you could actually observe a growing interest for ancient cultures all over society, not only within music, not only among young people, but it's like a generally growing interest for that. And you could observe, like especially like in Central Europe, as you said, there's a growing interest for your own local roots, cultural roots, and all that. So maybe it has to do something with that. Maybe not. I don't know. After all, right?
Has the passion for history permeated the rest of the members of the band? Because you're the main songwriter.
Well, I think you would get like 8 different answers if you would ask any one of our band members. But I mean, we all do have like a certain affinity for history and culture within the band. Everybody has a certain affinity for that, for those topics, and a certain interest and all that. It means a lot to all of us. But I mean, it's not to the same level. Some are interested in that more, some less.
Things like LOTV or the lyric videos that are now being released by labels. Do you think that nowadays with MP3s and everything like that, is it very important to continue trying to offer something new to the fans and to be as close as possible with them?
Yeah. I mean, if you ask the question like that, yes, because I mean, you could also like do newsletters or whatever. I mean, we do have a newsletter, obviously, but we just prefer to also do like things like LOTV and stuff, because it's just more personal, and also like all the everywhere where Eluveitie appears in the internet, be it like in a forum or the website or all that, it's actually all run by ourselves, by some members of the band. So, and we think it's something important to be as close as possible to fans, because how can you say that? I mean, we just really appreciate them. We appreciate their support, and after all, it's our fans that actually make us who we are, and it's our fans who give us the opportunity to do what we love. So yeah, we appreciate that, of course, and in that sense we think it's important to try to be close to them.
What led to the decision to re-release then, and with a new lineup, and to release the album?
Well, it's actually 2 things. The one thing is that both releases have been sold out since some years, so it wasn't easy or sometimes impossible to get them. yeah, we were thinking about re-releasing both anyway. And early this year, I think it was, our record company just, told us, yeah, why don't you just re-release that? I mean, we would like to do it. We would like to just make a double CD and re-release both albums. And then we thought that this is boring, I mean, we thought it's a cool idea to re-release both, but we didn't want to, just re-release it because it's like, it's just a little boring. We wanted to do something with it. And the second reason was that it's our 10th anniversary this year, and we were thinking about like doing something special anyway. And so one day, actually, it was pretty much the last minute, we had the idea to, completely re-record When, and at least remaster Spirit. We thought that would be cool because, some songs from When we're actually still playing live on a regular basis, and during the last 10 years, those songs kind of developed together with us. We developed as a band, as musicians during the last 10 years, and those songs also developed together with us. So we just thought it would be like cool and interesting to record them again and look what they sound like today, That was like why we did it.
When it comes to recording, everyone wants to know really if there's going to be another acoustic album. When is that going to happen?
I can't exactly tell you when, because this is not fixed so far. But I can tell you that we started working on Evocation Part 2. So it's actually, I mean, we're still touring a lot right now. I told you before, I mean, we'll still be on the road until almost next summer, summer next year. But after that, in autumn 2013, we want to do some touring break of a couple of months to, intensely work on new music, and definitely the acoustic songs will be a part of that then.
A lot of touring and eventually the acoustic album.
Yeah.
So the next album will be.
I cannot say that right now because it's not fixed. But I started working on new metal songs, and I started working on Evocation Part 2 both. But I don't know which one will be first, But during the touring break next year, we will pretty much intensely work on both, and maybe even finish both. But yeah, that's more than I would know right now. So let's just see. But yeah, it's in work in progress.
Any final word for your fans?
Well, to me, it just remains to say thank you for the interview, obviously, and thanks to all the watchers for their interest in Eluveitie.